The most important meal of the day, second breakfast.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another Second Breakfast podcast. I'm Andy Roth alongside Phil Duvall. Say hi, Phil.
Hello, everybody.
And happy Monday. Happy Monday to everybody.
Sure, why not?
Why not? I mean, because you gotta have it, so might as well be happy, right?
That's the thing.
That's the thing. That's the thing. And on Mondays here at Second Breakfast, what we try to do is we each tell you one big thing that happened in our lives over the past week, movie-wise, and then we take 5 minutes total, believe it or not, to tell you all of the movies that we saw over the past week and the movies coming out this upcoming Friday or this upcoming week. It's the summer. There are some Wednesday release dates in there that you should be excited for. And that's what we do. And there is even a timer. You will notice it is set to 4 minutes and 50 seconds. It might be backwards. I'm not actually sure.
I see that. No, it's correct.
Oh, good. It's just backwards to me. So when the buzzer sounds like an old-timey car horn, Phil, give it to me. Yep. When you hear that, we have roughly 10 seconds to wrap up. And that is our story. And so let's get started. Phil, give me one big thing that happened to you over the past week.
The pressure of this one big thing is astounding because what if nothing big happened in the last week, movie related? It really pushes me. No, I'm kidding. I have two things, but I'm only going to tell you one. That's how many big things happened to me.
That's wonderful.
So I'm going to only tell you one because those are the rules of the game.
Okay.
One big thing, we took our daughter, who is 2.5, to her first movie experience and the movie theater. That is true. To the movie theater for the first time, I should say. You recall that I took her to see Singing in the Rain in the park a couple weeks back.
Mm-hmm.
And then Krista took her, the wife took her to see another movie in the park with some friends last week. And then I was like, all right, we're ready.
It's time.
Really, it was just that I wanted to see Monsters University on opening day. So I was like, she's ready. So we took her, got her some popcorn, got her some little ice cream dibs.
Awesome.
She had a blast. She sat through the whole movie. She had to go to the bathroom at one point, and she's learning how to be potty trained. She's just like, I gotta go to the bathroom, which was great. Mom took her to the bathroom, made it work. But we just she sat her own seat. She didn't want to sit on anybody's lap. She wanted her own seat, and she was sitting there with the popcorn, and she was just like watching, like transfixed. It was awesome.
That's wonderful. That's amazing.
And when you go to the movies and you're the adult and there's just a bunch of kids in the movie theater and you're like, this is terrible.
You know what? I do.
It is. When you have the kid with you and you're in the place with a bunch of kids, you're like, this is amazing.
Sure.
Because at one point, Paige just started talking at the screen and nobody cared.
Sure.
Like the baby's like, I want to, and like there was nobody looking at shut that kid up. They were just like, they were too busy with their kid doing the exact same thing. So Awesome. It was bedlam in the best sense of the word.
Awesome.
Also, a famous baseball player and his child were there, and that made me happy.
Are you not going to tell me who?
I don't know. Is that weird?
Don't tell me who.
Okay. I'll tell you after the show.
Sounds good.
He's a retired guy who I've actually seen around town a couple times now.
Nice.
And made me super, super happy.
Cool. That's wonderful. That's an amazing one big thing.
Thank you. I'll give you a hint. He's Jewish and he's not Sandy Koufax. And then we'll talk about the rest later.
Alrighty. I know who it is. I feel like I know who it is.
You probably do. One of 4 people.
Played in L.A.
No comment.
Right. And as the movie Airplane has it, just something light. How about this pamphlet of famous Jewish sports stars? So there's that.
Did you ever see that documentary they made? I don't remember what it's called, but it's about Jews. It's either about Jews in baseball or Jewish people, why Jewish people love baseball. It's like something like that.
No.
Okay, I'll find it. We're gonna look it up. It came out 2 years ago. So, anyways.
Cool. Alrighty. So my one big thing is so previously on this podcast I have talked about the Richard Linklater movies, the Before Sunrise and Before Sunset, and now Before Midnight just came out, and I had mentioned that I had seen them and that I loved them. And I wanted to see Before Midnight, which came out around me either Friday or last Friday. And
right.
It's one of those movies that I don't know how long it's going to be around, so let me see it as quickly as possible.
You got to jump in, right?
But I didn't really remember sunrise or sunset, so I wanted to rewatch them. And then I watched them, and I was like, I literally have no memory of these movies at all.
Yeah, yeah.
So I may not have seen them. Look, either I had not seen them before, or I remembered them so little I functionally had not seen them before.
The first one is Before Sunrise, right?
Before Sunrise. The second one is Before Sunset.
I've only seen Before Sunrise. I saw it in high school. Here's what I can tell you about it.
Yeah.
Ethan Hawke and Julie Delpy are in it, and at one point they're near a river. I think that's all I have in my entire.
I mean, everything
And
you
it's
just said
nighttime.
is true.
I think, and it's nighttime. I think that's literally.
Well, yes. If it's a movie called Before Sunrise,
Don't.
I'm just saying. So functionally, I have experienced all three movies in this trilogy for the first time this past week, and it is not an exaggeration to say that I think all three of them make my top 10 romantic movies of all time.
Wow.
They are brilliant, and they are brilliant and romantic, and I mean that in like the arch way with like the capital R, and like the personal way, like the little r.
Yeah.
But they're also real. Like they're almost like heartbreakingly real. Like it is just like, wow, I can't. They're just unbelievable. Here's how real. All three of them are good enough to own. I don't think I can watch them again until I have a significant other that I can watch them with. I just don't think I can. Because they're achingly good.
Do you need me to come to North Carolina so we can watch them together, Andy?
Only if we can hook up.
I mean, I can guarantee a spooning. That's as far as I can go.
That might be enough. That might be enough for me.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So that's so if you have not seen the Before trilogy, please do as soon as possible. And if you've seen it and haven't liked it, I kind of think we need to stop being friends. Whatever level we're at, and it's not because your opinion isn't valid. It's that very quickly we'll run out of things to talk about. You know what I mean? I mean, that's to be blunt.
Like the lady who was like, I hated The Breakfast Club. Those poor parents. You were like, and scene.
Exactly. We're done here.
You need to learn. There was a friend of ours that we had in college, and he told the story of a time when a girl walked up to him. This is the worst story ever, but I love it so much. A girl walked up to him and like at a club, he was talking to his friend, and a girl walked up and was just like trying to get his attention. He just went like this and stuck a thumbs down in her face until she walked away. It is the worst story ever, but it will stick in your brain as the most amazing mean thing that someone has ever done.
That's got to be up there. But
I love the idea of when someone's just being a ridiculous bad person and saying stuff like, The Breakfast Club is a terrible movie. Just being like, thumbs down into the face.
Yep.
And just but emotionless. Just I am doing this, and then just wait until what's that supposed to be? Is that you're saying me? You I don't. They walk away. That's my impression of the angry person.
I love that. I like that a lot.
So
I like that a lot. I mean, let me be clear. I like that in concept, and in theory, I feel like I would punch the person who if it happened in front of me, whether or not the thumbs down was coming at me. Doesn't matter.
Here's why you wouldn't. You ready?
Why is that?
Because you've never punched anyone, Andy, in your life.
Well, I would give them a stern talking to.
Okay, fair enough.
There we go. And I would want to punch them.
Yes.
Fair?
Yes. All right, let's move on to our 5 minutes of glory.
Alrighty.
The weekly leftovers, shall we?
Indeed, weekly leftovers. I'm gonna go first, or no, you're gonna go first.
Whatever. You want me to go first, right? Or do you want to go first?
You go first.
I have a tendency to take too long.
I'm gonna go first.
Good idea.
I'm gonna go first. 5 minutes, starting now. I think I did the count earlier. I watched 10 movies this week. Last week you will recall that I started the Blade trilogy, and I finished it this week with Blade Trinity. I then watched What Women Want for Melway for last week. Then I saw Before Sunrise and Before Sunset, as mentioned. Then I saw World War Z, which was definitively not as horrendously bad as I thought it would be. Then I saw the horror movie P2, starring Rachel Nichols and Wes Bentley, and it is one of the worst movies I have ever seen in my life.
P2?
A woman is trapped on the second level of a parking garage.
Oh God, that's the name of the movie. It's P2 because
Yes,
she's.
that is literally the most creative thing about the entire movie.
Which one's Rachel Nichols?
I mean, she's hot and just terrible at her job of acting.
Okay.
She was in the first G.I. Joe movie. She was the good woman, like the heroine.
The thing about really hot actresses is there's so many of them that they think it's amazing that they're hot, but really, I believe you that she's hot, but I can't picture her right now.
I understand, and there are plenty of hot women who are significantly better at acting than she is. I don't know how she keeps getting work. I then watched Green Lantern, a superhero movie that isn't very good, but I have a soft spot for. I watched Monsters University, just delightful.
Delightful.
Before Midnight, also delightful. And I will end with this. Much Ado About Nothing, Joss Whedon's movie. And I gotta say, this is the week that 2013 sort of like became a year of movies. Because Much Ado About Nothing, Monsters University, and Before Midnight on just about any other week would have been the best movie I saw that week by leaps and bounds. This was a marvelous week for movies for me.
For cinema?
For cinema, yes.
Do you watch the cinema?
Yes, I watched the cinema, and I just
yeah.
Let me put it this way: I now have too many movies to put into my top 5 for the year, except by default. You know what I mean?
I do because I don't yet.
I now have more than 5 movies that I legitimately would say I loved these movies in this year, which is wonderful.
If I made my list, I don't know that I could do that yet.
Yeah. Yes.
So
that's me. Go for it.
First of all, 10 movies, Andy.
I kind of don't know how it happened. Honestly, I know that sounds silly, but it never felt like I was watching a lot of movies. Actually.
So I was on pace for 1 movie a day until Wednesday, and then it all fell apart. And then I saw 4 movies this week.
Okay.
Which is a normal amount of movies, I think, Andy. I have to make fun of you because
for us, I don't think it's a normal.
I don't think you've ever gone. If you hit 4 movies in a week, you'd be like, "What happened to me?"
I know. Was I sick?
Right. No, if you were sick, you'd have watched movies. Like, you seriously, if you were in the hospital, you'd be like, I went to the hospital and I brought my DVD player. And I watched 1,000 movies when I was in the hospital. Let's edit that in post. Wow, that I will live. Call the doctor. All right. What Women Want, which we've talked about, so I'm not going to say anything else about it.
Sure.
This Is the End. Which, I obviously, as a religious person, overthought this movie. But I will say this. I'm going to cough some more. But I will say this. They absolutely thought through a consistent theology for the sake of the movie. This movie was very well thought through and very careful about how they presented something. I mean, careful is a dangerous word for all the things they showed, but very thoughtful and very consistent with what they were trying to say. And even if it wasn't exactly, the best understanding of Christian end times, it was at the very least, it had a very specific moral. It was a moral tale. Mm-hmm. It was a very moral, as moral a movie could be that had all the things that it had in it.
Indeed.
Also, it was just absolutely hilarious. I enjoyed it thoroughly. The wife enjoyed it.
Yes.
Then, for the first time in months, maybe month, the daughter looks at me and says, "I want to watch Wreck-It Ralph."
Awesome.
So we did. And then Monsters University. So those are my 4 movies. What Women Want, This Is the End, Wreck-It Ralph, and Monsters University.
And that is almost
life.
Perfectly timed.
Yeah.
So, coming out this weekend, the latest Die Hard movie that is not a Die Hard movie that is better than the Die Hard movie that was released this year, White House Down, also the second White House Under Attack movie, brought to you by Phil's favorite filmmaker of all time, Roland Emmerich.
You couldn't pay me to see this movie.
I understand. And The Heat, a female action comedy, buddy comedy that actually looks pretty funny with Melissa McCarthy and Sandra Bullock. I will definitely be seeing that.
My wife and I will see that, yes.
Excellent. And that'll do it for this Monday on Second Breakfast Podcast. I'm Andy Roth, and that's Phil Duvall. We'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
The most important meal of the day, second